You think a badge makes a black man equal to white cops? Sergeant Kyle Anderson rips the gold shield off Terry Howard's chest. The pin tears fabric. He dangles it mockingly. You think this makes you one of us? He throws it. The badge, Director of Public Safety, lands in the gutter. Terry stands cuffed. Blood drips from his wrists. He's wearing his official uniform. He's their boss. And 3 white officers laugh while Anderson grinds the badge under his boot. I can terminate all of you. You can't do shit, boy. Anderson shoves him against the car. Get in! September 12th, 2024. These white cops just humiliated the one black man with power to end them. Stay till the end if this fires you up. Comment your thoughts below, because what comes next is devastating. 72 hours later, Terry signs termination papers for 50 officers, including these 3. 6 days earlier, September 1st. City Hall steps, morning sun warm on stone. Terrence Howard stands before Mayor Elizabeth Grant and 6 council members, right hand raised. He's 43, 20 years in the Army as an infantry officer. Lieutenant Colonel, 2 Bronze Stars, honorable discharge. Now he's taking a different oath. I, Terrence Howard, do solemnly swear to faithfully execute the duties of Director of Public Safety. The words feel heavier than artillery commands ever did. Mayor Grant steps forward when he finishes. She's holding something, a gold badge freshly minted, shield-shaped, serial number DS001 engraved below the title. She pins it to his suit jacket, left chest, where it catches the light. This badge represents the trust of 180,000 people, she says. Wear it with honor. Terry touches the badge, cold metal, substantial weight. In more ways than one, he says quietly. The ceremony ends with applause and photos. Terry in his black suit, white shirt, dark tie, the badge prominent, unmistakable. Later that photo will circulate everywhere. But right now, it's just a Tuesday morning in a mid-sized California city. That evening, Terry and his daughter Alicia unpack boxes in their new rental house. She's 16, junior year, starting next week. Moving hasn't been easy. Alicia picks up the badge from the kitchen table. It's beautiful. Heavy? Yeah. Like, literally heavy or... Terry smiles. Both. This badge means I'm responsible for every officer, every firefighter, every emergency call in this city. And they all know who you are? They will. She sets it down carefully. Dad, are you scared? He considers lying, decides against it. A little. This city just went through a scandal. 12 excessive force complaints. 0 officers disciplined. The community doesn't trust the police. The police don't trust outsiders. And I'm both black and an outsider. Then why take the job? Because I've seen what happens when leadership fails. I won't let that happen here. Alicia hugs him. Okay, but if they're mean to you, I'm allowed to be mean back. Deal. The context matters. Riverside County, 180,000 residents, $220 million public safety budget, and a police department that's been protected too long. Former Chief Harold Mitchell retired 3 months ago. Suspicious timing, but no one said it out loud. The union is powerful, the old guard is entrenched, and Terry is here to clean house. His first day at headquarters, he reviews preliminary internal affairs reports. Patterns emerge immediately. Complaints dismissed systematically. Same investigator signs off every time. Lieutenant Dennis Wilson, who is now, conveniently, the police union president. Rachel Bennett from the Office of Police Oversight stops by his office late afternoon. She's 34, sharp, exhausted from years of hitting blue walls. I've been waiting for someone who'll actually read these, she says, nodding at the files. I plan to do more than read. She almost smiles. Good, because they've been getting away with this for 8 years. That night, Terry polishes the badge before bed. a ritual, military habit. He hangs his uniform, suit, badge pinned, on the closet door, ready for tomorrow. He doesn't know that in 11 days, that badge won't be enough to protect him. He doesn't know that the officers he's supposed to oversee will test whether his authority means anything at all. He pins the badge on, goes to sleep, wakes up ready to start changing things. But some systems don't want to change. September 12th, 10:38 p.m. Terry's black sedan idles at the red light. Oak Street and Fifth Avenue. He's driving home after his first full day at headquarters. Long day. Budget meetings, file reviews, started preliminary audit plans. His mind runs through tomorrow's schedule. He's still wearing his uniform, black suit, white shirt, badge pinned to his chest, gold shield, serial DS001, Director of Public Safety engraved in capital letters. City-issued ID lanyard around his neck, photo and full title visible. Everything about him says, official. The red light turns green. Before he accelerates, a spotlight floods his car from behind. Terry checks his rear view. Police cruiser. Unit 3, Adam 12. He pulls over immediately, hands visible on the wheel. Standard procedure. He's done this before, on the other side. The officer approaches, flashlight beam sweeping the interior. License and registration. Terry keeps his hands visible. Officer, I'm reaching for my wallet now. He retrieves his license slowly, extends it through the window along with the registration. I'm Director Terrence Howard. I oversee the police department. The flashlight beam sweeps across his chest. It catches the badge. Gold, shield-shaped. Director of Public Safety, unmistakable in the harsh light. The officer's movement freezes. 1 second. 2. His jaw tightens. Then he looks past the badge. Deliberately. Step out of the vehicle. Terry's pulse quickens, but his voice stays level. Can you tell me why you're stopping me? Vehicle description matches a bolo. Need to verify. Terry knows there's no bolo. He's been in briefings all day, but he complies. I'm stepping out now. He opens the door slowly. Plants both feet on the pavement. The badge is at eye level. Impossible to miss. 2 more officers arrive. Back up. They form a semicircle. This badge, Terry points to his chest. I'm the Director of Public Safety. You can verify with dispatch or turn around. Hands behind your back. Officer, I'm complying, but I want it on record. I am Director Terrence Howard. This is a mistake you can still stop. The sergeant, Kyle Anderson, his nameplate reads, doesn't respond. Just steps forward with handcuffs. The steel clicks shut. Cold metal biting Terry's wrists. This badge means I'm your superior officer, Terry says, voice still calm. You're arresting your own boss. Sure you are, Anderson says. From the sidewalk, a woman walking her dog stops. Maria Santos, 34, resident. She sees the badge gleaming on Terry's chest even from 15 feet away. He's wearing an official badge, she shouts. What are you doing? Ma'am, step back, Anderson says. Maria pulls out her phone, starts recording. This is Oak and Fifth. Cops are arresting a black man in a suit with an official badge on his chest. I'm zooming in. Look at that badge. It says Director. What is happening? She posts it immediately. Caption. Badge doesn't matter if you're black. #badge doesn't matter. Know who you arrest. The third officer, Johnson, young, uncomfortable, has his body cam running. It captures 3 seconds of clear badge footage. Timestamp 22:38:18 to 22:38:21. Anderson positions Terry away from the camera angle, but Johnson's lens already caught it. Terry is loaded into the patrol car, the badge still visible through the window. He looks at Johnson's body cam one last time. Badge number DS001, Director Terrence Howard, September 12th, 10:42 p.m. Remember this moment. Johnson looks away. They drive to the station. Terry is processed. Not booked. They know they have nothing. But he's held in a holding cell for 3 hours. Questioning that goes nowhere. No charges filed, just waiting. At 1:30 a.m., the mayor intervenes. Phone calls at the highest level. Terry is released. No apology, no explanation. Just, you're free to go. Terry walks out into the September night. His suit wrinkled. His badge still pinned to his chest. His wrists bruised from the cuffs. He drives home, doesn't wake Alicia. Sits in the kitchen until dawn, staring at the badge on the table. It was supposed to mean something. The video Maria posted is already climbing. 400,000 views by sunrise. By 6 a.m., the video has 400,000 views. By noon, 2.4 million. The screenshot, Terry's badge, zoomed in, Director of Public Safety crystal clear, circulates separately. 500,000 shares. People study it like evidence. Gold shield, engraved text, serial number visible if you look close, undeniable, 2 hashtags explode, badge doesn't matter trends #2 nationally, 95,000 mentions. Even official badges can't protect black men from profiling. Know who? You arrest hits #3, 85,000 mentions. They arrested their own boss. The comments pour in. Look at that badge. Clear as day. They saw it and didn't care. If this happens to the director, imagine what happens to everyone else. That suit, that badge, that calm voice, and still cuffed. This is America. Someone creates a thread analyzing the video frame by frame, counts the seconds Anderson's eyes rest on the badge. 2 seconds, 2 full seconds of recognition, then looking away. 6:15 a.m., emergency meeting at City Hall. Mayor Grant hasn't slept. She's watched the video 20 times. City Attorney Jennifer Hayes sits across from her, calculating liability. HR Director confirms Terry's identity and authority. And Terry sits there, still in yesterday's wrinkled suit, badge still pinned to his chest. Terry, I'm so sorry, the mayor says. This should never have happened. It happened because the system allows it. His voice is steady, tired. This is an opportunity. The city council wants answers. The union wants your head. And if you sue us, I'm not suing, I'm investigating. Give me full authority to audit the department. The mayor and city attorney exchange glances. The relief is visible. You have it, Grant says, but prepare for war. They're going to come at you. Let them. 9 a.m. The mayor holds a press conference. City Hall steps packed with media. Last night's incident was unacceptable. A full investigation will be conducted. She pauses. Director Howard was in full uniform with his official badge clearly displayed. There is no excuse for this failure to recognize authority. She announces, Sergeant Anderson, Officer Taylor, and Officer Rodriguez suspended. Paid administrative leave, pending investigation. The word paid triggers immediate backlash online. Suspended with pay? Are you kidding? Terry doesn't appear at the press conference. Strategic choice. Rachel Bennett advised him, don't make it about you personally. Make it about the system. By noon, the Riverside Justice Coalition organizes a rally. 200 people gather at City Hall. Signs held high. Badge doesn't matter if you're black. Fire them, don't suspend. Our director, not your target. One protester holds a printed screenshot of Terry's badge. This should have been enough. Reverend Thomas Williams takes the microphone. That badge represents all of us. When they ignored it, they ignored this entire community. Inside the police department, the reaction splits. Text messages leak to media. 50% support Anderson. He was following protocol. 30% stay silent, afraid to speak. 20% are disgusted. That badge was clear. Kyle saw it. We all saw it. This wasn't a mistake. The union issues a statement. Captain Dennis Wilson, 55, union president. Officers acted on reasonable suspicion in a high-crime area at night. Due process must be respected. Notably, the statement doesn't mention the badge. Can't defend the indefensible. James Crawford, 52, investigative reporter for the Riverside Tribune, publishes the first deep analysis. Badge of honor, badge of shame, director arrested despite clear identification. The article includes timeline screenshots. Badge visible at timestamp 22:38:18. Anderson looks at 22:38:19. Turns away at 22:38:20. The sequence is damning. Crawford quotes the police manual. Officers must recognize official authority badges at all times. Anderson completed authority recognition training 8 months earlier. National cable news picks up the story. Split screens everywhere, badge close-up on one side, arrest footage on the other. Terry watches from home with Alicia. She's seen the video 10 times, crying. She touches the badge, he's still wearing it. Dad, they saw this. They had to see this. They saw. They chose not to care. I'm scared for you. I'm scared too. But tomorrow we make sure this badge means something. That night, Terry gets a call from Rachel. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., hold a press conference and wear that badge again. You think I should? I think you need to show them it still matters, even after what they did. Terry looks at the badge. Polished gold. Serial DS001. The mayor pinned it to his chest 6 days ago. Anderson saw it last night and cuffed him anyway. Okay, I'll wear it. He doesn't sleep. Sits in the living room with the lights off, preparing what he'll say. The words have to land perfectly. Not angry, not vengeful, just clear. By morning, the video hits 5 million views. The question isn't what happened anymore. Everyone saw what happened. The question is, why wasn't the badge enough? And tomorrow, Terry's going to answer that. September 13th, 2 p.m., City Hall main chamber. Terry enters alone. No entourage, no advisor hovering. Just him. He's wearing the same suit, the same badge, pinned in the exact same place on his chest. The cameras zoom immediately. Everyone knows what that badge represents now. The room falls silent as he reaches the microphone. My name is Terrence Howard. I'm 43 years old. His voice is calm, measured, authoritative. I served 20 years in the United States Army as an infantry officer. I retired as a lieutenant colonel with 2 bronze stars. He touches the badge, lets the gesture hang. On September 1st, I took an oath to serve this city. Mayor Grant pinned this badge to my chest. Serial number DS001. I am the Director of Public Safety for Riverside County. I oversee the police department, fire department, and emergency medical services. Every officer in this jurisdiction reports to me. Pause. Let it land. On September 12th at 10:38 p.m., I was stopped at Oak and 5th Avenue. I was wearing this suit, this badge. He taps it. You've seen the video. The badge is clear. My ID was clear. My compliance was total. I identified myself multiple times. The officers proceeded to handcuff me and transport me to the station. I was held for 3 hours, released at 1:30 a.m., no charges filed, because there was nothing to charge. The silence is absolute. Here's what I want to be clear about. He leans forward slightly. This badge should have been enough, but it wasn't. And I need to know why. Because if this badge, serial number DS001, issued by this city, representing the authority of this office, if it couldn't protect me, then whose badge matters? If a black man in a suit with a director's badge can be handcuffed for driving while black, what chance does anyone else have? He holds up a folder. This is Executive Order 2024-09, signed by Mayor Grant on September 1st. It gives me full authority to audit, investigate, and recommend disciplinary action for any member of the public safety departments. Starting today, I'm using that authority. Not because of what happened to me, but because if this badge couldn't protect me, how many people without badges have been hurt? He lists the actions. Comprehensive audit. 8 years of internal affairs records reviewed. Independent investigator hired. Rachel Bennett gets unrestricted access. Pattern analysis. Focus starts with the officers involved, but won't stop there. This isn't about revenge. His voice drops, becomes quieter but somehow more powerful. This badge isn't about power. It's about accountability. I'm not asking for justice for myself. I'm demanding it for everyone this system has failed. By the time we're done, this badge will mean something, I promise you that. Questions erupt. Terry fields them calmly. Are you saying Sergeant Anderson deliberately ignored your badge? I'm saying he saw it. The body cam will prove that. The question is why seeing it wasn't enough to stop him. What if the union fights back? Then they're not fighting me. They're fighting accountability. And that tells us everything we need to know. Outside, the protesters erupt in applause. A new chant starts. Make the badge matter. At home, suspended and watching TV, Kyle Anderson throws his remote. The screen doesn't break. His knuckles do against the wall. He calls Captain Wilson. We have a problem. I know. I'm watching. He has full authority. He can fire us. Not if we fight back. Union's behind you. We'll protect our own. But Wilson sounds less confident than usual. At 4 p.m., Terry meets Rachel in his office. She's brought 3 file boxes. I've been compiling data for 2 years. No one would listen. Now I have someone who will. Terry unpins the badge, sets it on the desk between them like a contract. This badge should mean something. Let's make sure it does. Rachel opens the first box. Where do we start? Sergeant Anderson. Then everyone who protected him. September 14th. The war room takes shape. Terry's conference room transforms overnight. Whiteboards line the walls. Pinboards display connections. Laptops hum with data. Rachel sets up her command center. 3 monitors, spreadsheets already color-coded. She opens the first file. Anderson's internal affairs record. 12 complaints in 8 years, she says. 12. Terry leans forward. How many sustained? 0. The word hangs in the air like smoke. How is that possible? Rachel slides another document across the table. Because someone made it possible. Look at the signature on every dismissal. Terry scans the pages. Case IA 2016-0832, excessive force complaint, dismissed, insufficient evidence. Signed by Lieutenant Dennis Wilson. Case IA 2018-0932, racial profiling, dismissed, within policy guidelines. Signed by Dennis Wilson. Case IA 2020-1156, false arrest, dismissed, good faith error. Signed by Dennis Wilson. Every single one. The same signature. The man who's now the union president. Conflict of interest, Terry says quietly. That's a polite way to put it. Rachel pulls up a spreadsheet. I cross-referenced. 49 other officers have similar patterns. Complaints dismissed by Wilson, protected, promoted even. 50 officers total? 50 officers total. Terry sits back. The scope is staggering. This isn't a few bad apples. No, this is the orchard. September 15th. The IT department, reluctantly, grants access to the police email server. Derek Sullivan, 41, digital forensics expert, arrives with his laptop and a reputation for finding what people try to hide. He works through the night. By morning, he's found something. Deleted emails, Derek says, showing his screen. Someone tried to wipe them, but nothing's ever really deleted. The email thread appears. Subject line. September targets. From Sergeant Anderson at riversidepd.gov. To Night Shift Team, 14 officers. Date, September 5th, 2024. Reminder, We need 120 arrests this month to maintain federal grant eligibility. Chief wants numbers. Focus on Oak and 5th, MLK Boulevard, Riverside Avenue corridors. High traffic areas equal easy pickups. Terry reads it 3 times. Each time, the words get worse. I was stopped in a target zone, he says. This wasn't random. I was a number they needed to hit. Rachel nods. It gets worse. More emails emerge. The quota system runs back to 2016. 8 years, tied to an $850,000 annual federal grant. Arrest numbers had to stay high to keep the money flowing. Terry stands, paces. They're arresting people to keep grant funding? Yes. That's not policing. That's harvesting. September 16th. Dr. Susan Clark arrives. 48 years old, forensic accountant, the kind who finds money trails others miss. She reviews city financial records, police budget, federal grants, contracts. By afternoon, she's found the thread. Contract CCRIV 2023-501, she says, laying out the documents. Between Riverside County and Core Civic Holdings, Private Prison Corporation. Terry scans the terms. $2.8 million per year. And buried in paragraph 12, bed guarantee clause. County must maintain minimum 450 inmates or pay penalty. The room goes cold. They're arresting people to fill prison beds, Terry says, to avoid penalties. Yes. Rachel adds another layer. And look at the overtime records. 50 officers claiming excessive hours. Court appearances that don't exist in the court system. Training sessions already completed months earlier. Community outreach with 0 documentation. Susan pulls up her analysis. Average $38,000 per officer per year. Unauthorized overtime. Total fraud, $1.9 million annually. They're not just corrupt, Rachel says. They're stealing. September 18th. The personal financial trail emerges. Susan subpoenas bank records. Anderson's account tells a story. Base salary, $95,000. Reported overtime, $42,000, but only $12,000 was authorized. Bank deposits show an additional $129,000 in 2023. Unexplained. Cash deposits, $2,000 to $5,000 monthly, no source documentation. Where's this coming from? Terry asks. Susan traces it backwards. Shell Company. RivSafe Consulting LLC, owned by former Chief Harold Mitchell, the man who retired 3 months ago with full honors. RivSafe received $340,000 in consulting fees from Core Civic between 2022 and 2024. The circle closes. Chief Mitchell signed the prison contract, set up the quota system, protected officers who delivered arrests, profited personally through his shell company. Officers got kickbacks through overtime fraud. Terry stands at the whiteboard. Rachel has built the network visually. Core Civic contract in the center. Chief Mitchell and RivSafe in the first ring. 50 officers in the outer ring. Photos, names, badge numbers. Connecting lines everywhere. Quota emails. Overtime fraud data. Internal affairs dismissals. At the bottom, 280 victims. Names where available. September 19th, 2 a.m. Terry and Rachel still in the war room. 50 officers, Terry says. A retired chief, a private prison, and a union that protected all of it. Rachel photographs the board. Evidence. What do? We document everything. Then we show the world. But there's more. Rachel pulls up training records, section 4.12 of the police manual. Officers must recognize official city badges and identify holders before any enforcement action. All 50 officers completed authority recognition training in 2023. Anderson completed it 8 months before Terry's arrest. The badge wasn't missed, Terry says. It was ignored, deliberately. How many people are in jail right now because of these quotas? Rachel has the report ready. Estimated 280 cases in past 18 months with questionable probable cause. Most pled out, never went to trial, never had a chance. Terry sits in silence for a full minute, processing the scope, the deliberateness, the casualties. When I pinned on this badge, I thought I knew what I was walking into. No one could have known this. That's the problem. This was normal. For 8 years, this was just how things worked. He looks at the badge on the table. DS Area 1. It feels heavier now. Not anymore. September 20th morning. Briefing with Mayor Grant. Terry presents the findings, lays out the evidence systematically. The mayor's face goes from shock to horror to fury. Harold Mitchell, he retired with honors. He retired with $340,000 in kickbacks. The city council will never believe this. Terry taps the evidence binders. That's why we have receipts. What do you need? Time and protection. The union is going to come at us hard. You have both. Do what needs to be done. The investigation remains confidential for now. Media speculates but has no specifics. The union grows confident. Wilson makes statements. See, nothing there. Witch hunt failing. But in the war room, Terry and Rachel work. Late nights, early mornings, building the case, document by document, email by email, dollar by dollar. They're not ready to reveal it yet, but soon, very soon, the receipts are stacking. The pattern is undeniable. The evidence is overwhelming. And when they release it, the system won't survive. 50 officers. Not a few bad apples. The whole orchard was poisoned. If you've ever wondered why change is so hard, why accountability feels impossible, comment below. Because this is why. And the story isn't over. September 21st, 10 a.m., Union Hall. Captain Dennis Wilson stands at the podium. Behind him, 150 officers in full uniform. The visual is deliberate, intimidating, a show of force. Director Howard is conducting a witch hunt, Wilson says, voice steady for the cameras. He's weaponizing his position for personal retaliation against officers who were simply doing their jobs. Our members acted professionally. Sergeant Anderson and his team had reasonable suspicion to make that stop. The fact that Director Howard refuses to accept he was treated like any other citizen shows his true agenda. The statement conspicuously avoids mentioning the badge. Can't defend what's indefensible. We are filing a $10 million lawsuit against the city for defamation, hostile work environment, and violation of our collective bargaining agreement. If the city does not immediately end this investigation and reinstate our suspended members with back pay, we will take every legal action available. The threat is clear. $10 million could bankrupt city budgets. Council members will feel pressure. Media questions fly. What about the badge being clearly visible? Wilson. Next question. By afternoon, the information warfare begins. An anonymous leak appears on BlueLivesTruth.com. Terry's sealed military discharge hearing file. The context is stripped away deliberately. Shows only. Charge, insubordination. Hearing, required. Outcome, discharge. What it doesn't show. Terry reported corruption by a superior officer in 2019. Faced retaliation. Was exonerated after investigation. Received honorable discharge with commendations, but the leak only shows the charge. The implication, Terry has authority problems, can't follow rules, got kicked out of the military. Social media erupts. Hashtag Who is Terry? Howard trends. Bot networks suspected. Union funded. He's not a hero, he's a troublemaker. Got kicked out of the army, now attacking police. Wears a badge but doesn't respect badges. Derek Sullivan traces the leak. IP address leads directly to the police union network server. September 22nd. The attacks get personal. Terry's home address posts online. Doxing. By evening, unknown vehicles cruise slowly past his house. 3 times. Different cars each time. No laws broken. Just intimidation. Neighbors notice. Call Terry. Is everything okay? Anonymous letters appear in his mailbox. Hand-delivered, no postmark. Traitors don't retire peacefully. That badge won't protect you forever. Think about your daughter. September 23rd. The worst day. Alicia goes to school. By lunch, she's calling Terry, crying. "Dad, can I come home, please?" He leaves his meeting immediately. Her locker has graffiti. "Daddy's little snitch." Other students, children of police officers, won't talk to her. At lunch, 3 boys surrounded her table. "Your dad is ruining good cops' lives. Maybe he should watch his back." The teacher intervened. Principal called. But the damage is done. Terry picks her up. They drive home in silence. That evening, she stays in her room. Won't talk. Terry finally knocks. "Can we talk?" She opens the door. Eyes red. "I'm scared, Dad." "I know. I'm scared too. Maybe we should leave. Go somewhere else. Start over." The words hit him harder than the handcuffs did. Terry sits on her bed. Long pause. If we leave, they win. And the next person who tries to change things won't have a chance. But is it worth it? This job, this badge, these people who hate us? I don't know yet, but I need to find out, because if I stop now, that badge really doesn't mean anything. What if something happens to you? Nothing's going to happen. You can't promise that. No, I can't, but I can promise I'm trying to do the right thing. They sit in silence. Alicia leans against him. "I don't want you to quit," she whispers. "I'm just scared." So am I, but we're not alone. 2 a.m. Terry's personal cell rings. The number is unlisted. Security breach. He answers. "Hello?" Voice digitally distorted. "Back off, Director." 3 words. Then click. Silence. Terry doesn't sleep. Sits in the living room with lights off. Badge on the coffee table. Stares at it. Is this worth his daughter's safety? September 24th morning. He writes a resignation letter, types it, signs it, brings it to City Hall, meets with Mayor Grant. "I need to think about Alicia." The mayor looks at the letter in his hand. "I understand. I won't blame you. But if I leave, nothing changes. You've done more in 3 weeks than anyone in 8 years. That matters." Terry doesn't hand over the letter, folds it, puts it in his pocket, returns to his office. City Council holds a private session. 3 members want to cut losses. Budget Director warns about lawsuit costs, political pressure mounting. Election next year, union has endorsements. But Mayor Grant holds the line. We don't negotiate with intimidation. The pressure keeps building, though, and Terry sits in his office, resignation letter in his pocket, wondering if staying is brave or just stubborn. September 24th, 5 a.m., kitchen table. Terry hasn't slept. The badge sits in front of him. DS-001. Gold dulled in the pre-dawn light. Alicia comes downstairs early. She couldn't sleep either. They sit together. Coffee. Silence. Wait. In war, Terry knew who the enemy was. Knew the rules of engagement. Knew how to protect his people. Here, the enemies wear badges identical to his, hide behind words like procedure and rights and brotherhood. And he can't protect his daughter from them, because stopping them means putting her in danger. 8 a.m. Mayor's office again. The resignation letter is still in his pocket. Mayor Grant sees him holding something. Is that what I think it is? I have to think about Alicia. She's 16. She shouldn't be afraid to go to school. You're right. She shouldn't. None of this should be happening. But it is. And I brought it into our lives. They brought it. By being corrupt. By thinking that badge, Grant points to his chest, doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I was naive to think one person could change a system this broken. 3 weeks ago, no one knew how broken it was. Now everyone knows. Because of you. Terry looks at the letter, unfolds it slightly. Knowing isn't enough. Knowledge without change is just sadness. Then change it. You have the evidence. You have the authority. You have the support. Do I? 3 council members want me gone. The union wants me gone. And thousands more think you're the only hope this city has. Terry folds the letter again, doesn't hand it over. What changed your mind? Grant asks. I haven't, not yet. I need to talk to my daughter first. That evening, Terry finds Alicia in the garage. She's sitting on moving boxes they still haven't unpacked. Symbolic. They never fully moved in. Always ready to leave. He sits next to her. 2 minutes of silence. Are we leaving? She asks. Do you want to? I asked first. I wrote a resignation letter this morning. She looks at him. Did you turn it in? No. Why not? Because I kept thinking about what you'd think of me if I did. I told you we should leave. I wouldn't blame you. You said that because you were scared. Is that what you really want? To run? Long pause. No. I was wrong yesterday. You weren't wrong. You were scared. But you're still here. Barely. I feel like I'm drowning. Then let me help you swim. Terry looks at her, surprised. What? My history teacher, Ms. Johnson, she talked about you in class today, not about the investigation. About you. She said you're showing us what integrity looks like, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. I don't feel like I have integrity. I feel like I'm failing you. You're not. Those kids at school, they're scared because their parents are scared. Because you're doing something their parents can't do. You're standing up. And putting you at risk. I'm already at risk. Every black kid in this city is. But at least now someone's fighting back. Terry starts crying. First time in the story. Alicia hugs him. They sit like that, father and daughter. Both scared. Both staying. Later that night, Terry unpacks one of the garage boxes. Symbolic. We're staying. He finds a photo from his army days. His unit. His friends. Some who didn't make it home. They fought because they believed in something bigger than themselves. He calls Rachel. Midnight. I'm staying. Let's finish this. I was hoping you'd say that. She pauses. Because I found something. The body cam. The full one. It's not corrupted. It was hidden. Terry sits up. Can you prove it? Derek Sullivan can. And Terry? It's bad for them. It's everything we need. He picks up the badge, pins it back on. Not because he's sure it means something, but because he's going to make it mean something. This is where most people quit. The threats, the fear, the doubt. But staying when it's hardest, that's when change actually happens. Stay with this. The badge is about to mean something. September 25th, 6 p.m., Riverside Community Center. 400 people show up. Not a protest, a solidarity gathering. Candles instead of signs, silence instead of chants, respect heavy in the air. Maria Santos takes the microphone. The woman who filmed that first night. I filmed because I knew no one would believe it without proof. Now we all see. But seeing isn't enough. We need justice. Reverend Thomas Williams speaks next. 58 years old, voice like gravel and honey. That badge Brother Terry wears, it represents all of us, every person in this room. When those officers ignored it, they weren't just ignoring him. They were ignoring this entire community. 8 people tell their stories. James Patterson, 62. Stopped by Anderson in 2019. Made to wait 45 minutes in summer heat. No ticket. No explanation. Just humiliation. Keisha Washington, 28. Her brother arrested for matching a description. 3 days in jail. Wrong person. No apology. 6 more. Similar patterns. Same officers. Same neighborhoods. Oak and 5th. MLK Boulevard. Riverside Avenue. The quota zones. Each story ends the same way. If they did this to the director, imagine what they did to us. Terry watches from home with Alicia. Doesn't attend, doesn't want to center himself. But the live stream shows everything. He counts. 8 stories, 8 similar experiences, all involving the same network of officers. His phone vibrates. Rachel, are you watching this? Yes. My office phone won't stop ringing. 200 calls since this morning. People sharing stories. People ready to testify. By September 26th, Rachel has an intake system. 200 plus emails. 50 people agree to testify under oath if needed. The pattern crystallizes. Quota system targeted minority neighborhoods specifically. Arrests up 300% over 8 years in those zones. James Crawford publishes his 4-part series in the Riverside Tribune. Part 1. The Quota System. How Riverside Police Turned Arrests into Profit. Part 2. The Core Civic Connection. Private Prisons. Public Corruption. Part 3. 50 Officers. 8 years. Zero Accountability. Part 4. The Cost. $2.8 million in contracts. $1.9 million in fraud. 280 lives disrupted. Associated Press picks it up. LA Times runs regional coverage. Cable news segments proliferate. The Riverside Justice Coalition launches a petition. Support Director Howard. Demand police accountability. 5 demands. Complete investigation. No settlement with union. Termination of involved officers. Independent oversight. Review of all arrests for potential exoneration. 48 hours. 8,400 signatures. September 28th. Emergency City Council session. Gallery packed. Reverend Williams presents the petition. 8,400 residents in 48 hours. This community has spoken. Council vote. 6-1 to continue investigation with full support and resources. Only Council Member Richards dissents. Union endorsed him last election. The gallery erupts. Applause. Hope. The union goes quiet. No statements for 3 days. Unusual. Anderson's attorney calls the DA's office. My client wants to discuss cooperation. Too early. Rejected. Internal department dynamics shift. Officers distance from Anderson's group. Anonymous tip comes to Rachel. Check the body cam server. Files aren't corrupted. They're hidden. Terry reads petition comments online. One stops him cold. Thank you for not giving up. My son was arrested by Anderson 3 years ago for loitering outside our own house. He was 16. No one listened then. We're listening now. He shows Rachel. This is why we stay. This is what the badge is supposed to mean. Derek confirmed. The body cam exists. Full video, full audio. When can we see it? Tomorrow morning. Prepare yourself. It's damning. September 29th, 8 a.m. Derek Sullivan arrives carrying his laptop like it's evidence. Which it is. Terry and Rachel wait in the conference room. The war room has become a sanctuary of truth. You were right, Derek says, setting up. It wasn't corrupted. It was moved to an encrypted folder with administrative access restriction. Who had access? Only 2 people. Chief Mitchell and Sergeant Anderson. Rachel leans forward. But Mitchell retired before the arrest. Exactly. He created the folder structure. Anderson used it. Folder name, archive resolved. Anyone searching for body cam September 12th wouldn't find it, but it's there. Derek turns the laptop. 18 minutes. Full video. Full audio. Should we watch it alone first? Rachel asks. No, Terry says. We watch together. All of us. Derek hits play. Timestamp 22:36:15. Pre-stop. Anderson's dashboard view. Anderson's voice on radio. Dispatch 3 Adam 12, can you confirm Director Howard's personal vehicle description? Long pause. Dispatch sounds hesitant. 3 Adam 12, we don't have that information readily available. Anderson. I'll rephrase. The new director, black male. What's he driving tonight? Another pause. Stand by. 30 seconds of static. Dispatch. 3 Adam 12, we cannot provide that information without proper authorization. Anderson. Copy that. He hangs up. Turns to Taylor in the passenger seat. HR sent the new director's info to all senior staff. Black sedan, personal vehicle, no city plates. Taylor. Why do we need that? Anderson. Just in case. 22:38:5. They spot Terry's car at the red light. Anderson's voice, casual, conversational. That's him, the new boss, in his fancy suit with his fancy badge. Taylor. You sure? Anderson. Badge number DS001. Only one like it in the city, yeah, I'm sure. Taylor. Kyle, we should just let him go. The next words change everything. Anderson. Let's see how he likes being treated like everyone else around here. Pause. Badge and all. Let's see how that badge protects him. Rodriguez via radio from backup car. Kyle, you really want to do this? Anderson. Watch me. The rest matches the partial body cam. Badge visible. Anderson stares. 2 full seconds, then looks away deliberately. Proceeds with stop. At 22:46:15, after Terry's in the patrol car, Anderson talks to Taylor and Rodriguez. Thinks Terry can't hear through the glass. Upload your cams. Mark mine as malfunctioning. I'll handle the report. Taylor. Kyle, I don't know about this. Anderson. You want to be on his list when he starts cleaning house? Or mine? Rodriguez. This is seriously messed up. Anderson. He's new. He'll learn. This city runs on respect. That badge doesn't give him ours. He has to earn it. Taylor. By what? Being humiliated? Anderson. By knowing his place. The video ends. 3 minutes of silence in the conference room. Terry's hands shake. Rachel wipes tears. Derek waits. He knew, Terry finally says. From the beginning. He called dispatch to find out what I was driving. This wasn't a mistake, Rachel says. This was planned. Badge and all. Terry repeats the words. He saw the badge and said, let's see how that badge protects him. Derek shows deletion logs. Anderson tried to delete this file at 11:23 p.m. September 12th, 43 minutes after he got back to station, but the file was too large. He didn't have admin rights to wipe it completely, so he moved it and hoped no one would look. This is conspiracy, Rachel says, premeditated civil rights deprivation, evidence tampering. And Taylor and Rodriguez knew. They objected but went along. Witnesses or accomplices, Rachel says. Either way, they're involved. Terry stands. Decision made. We take this to the DA. Today. Grand jury. Criminal charges. Derek. I'll prepare authentication. Chain of custody is clean. Terry. And we leak the existence to James. Not the video. That's evidence. But the key quotes. The union will explode. Terry touches his badge. DS001. Badge and all. Let them try to defend that. October 3rd. Riverside County Superior Court. Case GJ 2024-156. 23 jurors. Randomly selected. Community cross-section. They hold the power now. Terry takes the stand. Sworn in. Same suit. Same badge. DA Sarah Mitchell leads him through the timeline methodically. The stop. The badge clearly visible. Anderson's dismissal, the arrest, 3 hours detained, then the receipts, one by one, R1 through R12, partial body cam, bystander video, social media explosion, Terry's authority documents, internal affairs records showing Anderson's pattern, quota emails, core civic contract, overtime fraud, financial trails, union intimidation, community response. Each receipt adds weight, evidence stacking like blocks. Then R12, the full body cam. The courtroom goes silent as the audio plays. Anderson's voice fills the space. That's the new director, badge and all. Let's see how he likes this. 3 jurors visibly react. 1 shakes his head. The DA pauses. 30 seconds. Let it sink. Director Howard, what went through your mind when you heard that? Terry's voice stays steady. That this wasn't about a mistake. It was about putting me in my place. That badge, serial number DS001, is supposed to represent authority. But to Sergeant Anderson it didn't matter, because I'm black, and in his mind that mattered more than the badge. Defense attorney Robert Hayes tries to recover. Cross-examination. Director Howard, isn't it true you'd only been in position 11 days? Yes. So the officers might not have recognized you? The badge is unmistakable, and Sergeant Anderson called dispatch before the stop to confirm my vehicle. He knew exactly who I was. Hayes falters. The audio you claim shows premeditation, couldn't badge and all simply mean he was verifying credentials thoroughly? If that were true, why did he try to delete the body cam footage 43 minutes after the arrest? Hayes has no answer. Anderson takes the stand, against his attorney's advice. He maintains he didn't initially recognize Terry. DA plays the audio again. Anderson's own voice. That's the new director, badge and all. Does that sound like someone who didn't recognize the director? Anderson invokes Fifth Amendment, but it's too late. He already testified. Expert witnesses. Dr. Susan Clark confirms financial fraud. Derek Sullivan authenticates body cam. 3 community members testify about Anderson's pattern. Officer Taylor turns witness, confirms Anderson said badge and all, admits he objected but felt pressured. Grand jury deliberates 2 hours. Votes. Sergeant Kyle Anderson, 4 counts. Deprivation of civil rights under color of law. Conspiracy. Evidence tampering. Official misconduct. 23-0. Unanimous. Officers Taylor and Rodriguez, 2 counts each. Conspiracy, obstruction. 20-3, 19-4. Indicted. Former Chief Mitchell, 2 counts. Corruption, racketeering, 23-0, 21-2. Indicted. October 5th, City Council emergency session. Terry presents his recommendation. 50 termination letters. Breakdown, 3 directly involved. 15 active quota conspiracy. 12 overtime fraud proven. 20 sustained internal affairs violations after proper reinvestigation. Council votes 6-1. Approved. That night, alone in his office, Terry signs each letter. 90 minutes. 50 signatures. One at a time. Not triumphant. Solemn. Necessary. Last signature. Kyle Anderson. Badge 2458 Sergeant. He sets the pen down. Looks at his own badge. It means something now. October 6th. Headlines everywhere. Unprecedented. 50 officers fired in corruption sweep. Terry's statement at City Hall steps, brief. Today isn't about me. It's about every person who was stopped, arrested, or harmed by a system that forgot its purpose. This is the beginning of rebuilding trust. March 2025. 6 months later. Terry drives Oak and 5th, 10:38 p.m. Same intersection, same time. But everything's different. He's heading to a community meeting, public safety town hall. 50 residents attend, collaborative discussion, not confrontation. Progress. Officer Davis approaches after. 26 years old, black woman, new hire. Director, thank you. This badge means something now. I'm proud to wear it. Terry smiles. Thank you for doing it right. That's what makes it mean something. The reforms are real. Our mandatory body cameras, independent civilian oversight board, arrest quota ban, mental health crisis teams, 140 new officers hired, different culture. Community trust climbs from 34% to 68%. Alicia's graduating soon. UCLA bound. Law school track. Essay topic, The Badge My Father Wears. Anderson serves 4 years federal prison. Pension stripped. Badge revoked. 12 others face criminal charges. 50 terminations upheld on appeal. Core civic contract canceled. City saves $2.8 million yearly, reinvested in community programs. 6 months ago, Terry asked, "Do you know who I am?" The answer wasn't his title, wasn't his authority, wasn't even the badge. The answer was this: he refused to let the system win. Badge DS001, gold, polished daily. It's heavier now. Not because of what it represents, because of what it cost to make it mean something. Anderson wanted to know if the badge would protect Terry. It didn't. But the fight to make it mean something, that protected everyone. If this moved you, if you believe badges must mean accountability, not impunity, share this story. Like and subscribe for more stories of justice and reform. And if you've ever faced a system that didn't see you, comment below. Your story matters, because change doesn't come from badges. It comes from people who refuse to accept that badges can be ignored. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. This is how systems change. One badge, one case, one community at a time.